I'm just gonna get some
you're
footage
trying to
of
video,
Mexico, the game.
Mexico, here, let me get the Mexico game. Oh, look, we're in
Yes!
Mexico.
Untextured
Mexico
buildings.
exports more beer. Whoa.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Oh, so is this happening now? If so, then this is the first time in like a long time that you've actually, to even at least the slightest extent, surprised me by starting it. Because that used to be the thing. Then last time I surprised you. And then before that, it was mostly just like, we were just like, hey, you want to start now? And then we started.
No.
So we're bringing it back.
No, we can't.
You gonna do the thing where you force me to initiate the first topic?
The doors.
Once we start too?
The door's open, so.
Oh no, bad acoustics. Oh, it's all over. Ah.
Welcome to the podcast.
The door is closed and our minds are wide open.
You're supposed to say something.
I know what I'm supposed to say. I'm supposed to say that I'm the bro host.
And I'm here too.
And you are?
The co-host.
We forgot to say that last time, so I didn't get to use my nifty little animation. Instead, I had my over-the-top flash animation all on its own.
Welcome to the Depressed Cast.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start off with that and let you talk.
Oh, because I said I wasn't in the mood to record.
Well, I want to explain why your energy is so low.
Well, I was going to say that too. I was going to say that the last podcast, I was excited to be like in a happy mood. And I was actually going to contrast it with how I sound in the little intro that there is where I was recording you, because I was like bored when I recorded that, so I sound really just sort of out of it. But you know, I'm on a break, so logically I would be happier now. But when we recorded that last one, we got up early to do it, which didn't affect me that much. I'm gradually becoming more of a morning person.
It's past 4, and
yeah, but we're not doing that now. But now I'm just not in the best mood. And I don't know why. I just have some.
I thought you were gonna attribute this to the amount of daylight. Because for me, I could say that, as in it's dark. It's
oh no, that's not it.
It's 5:40. Wow, the time flies. It's 5:40, and the sun is pretty much completely gone because that's how winter works. So, if anything, that's any reason why I would be low on energy.
I don't even notice what color it is outside half the time, as long as the lights are on inside.
I would rather record the podcast at like 11 a.m.
But dude, this morning I was like, hey bro, we got to do a podcast today, and you're like, yeah, but I don't want to do it now. And it was morning. Why didn't you do it then? I would have been fine.
Well, because I had other things to do.
Okay.
But also...
I mean, I guess you still have other things to do, don't you? Technically.
Yeah, but I at least got a good bit of what I wanted to do done. But specifically, I would have said, like, immediately after lunch, or even, like, before lunch, not much after I made that comment, I would have wanted to do it, but the entire morning you were working on stuff, so... Oh,
yeah, but my working, I mean, it wasn't like I had a deadline. I'm working on stuff for you.
You kept saying, I have so many things I want to do today. I gotta plan this all out. You kept saying that.
Oh, okay. Well, see, here's the thing, and this is I guess this is part of the reason why I'm depressed. I wouldn't say it's the major reason. I don't think I've ever made a single plan, like a single goal for myself that I've actually fulfilled. And there was a moment where I thought to myself, well, I just need to make more realistic goals. But I think it happens no matter how realistic or unrealistic the goals are. Like...
Define a goal. You mean with a time limit that
I'll
you
just
didn't
be
reach?
like, today I'm going to get up early, and then I don't do it. Sometimes I'll even get super close, but it just never happens. It's like the mere act of making a goal means I won't fulfill it. Okay. And it's not like a lack of motivation.
But that one's pretty pathetic.
It's not...
Get up.
Sometimes it is. No, but no, like in that case, what I'm trying to say is I'll like oversleep and I won't even realize. Like I won't even be conscious. I'll fail through my sleep. Like it's just like it's sometimes it is lack of motivation.
Setting an
but
alarm.
other times it's literally just like I'm not allowed to achieve certain things.
Well, you can't just expect to get up early and not at least set an alarm.
I've started setting alarms.
Like
I have. I
can usually go to bed and say I'm gonna wake up at 7ish, and my body will.
But I don't
wake up when I think.
But that's not really a goal then to say, oh, I'll wake up when my alarm wakes me up, because it's not a you thing anymore. That's the alarm. It's not like when the alarm sounds, I'm awake.
You want your body to physically be able to get up early?
Here's what I'm saying.
Because if so, then the best way to start doing that is
I used getting up early as an example.
Well, then, yes.
It's not 100% applicable, especially since I just said I'm becoming more of a morning person now that I'm getting more sleep.
Okay.
I've been getting up before you the past several days.
I understand your example, so you don't need to critique your example. Just say what you were going to say.
Yeah, I'm just saying I don't feel like I ever accomplished the things I set out to do.
But that's what I'm saying, like in a time limit, are you saying? Because if there's no time limit, then you still have an infinite amount of time to get that done.
Either at all, and then because of the fact that I haven't accomplished it at all, I see like no reason to believe I ever will. Or yes, deadline-wise. Because, like I said, this podcast, I wanted... When I first made like intros and stuff for the podcast, they were never up on time. Anytime I plan anything for the podcast, it's never up on time. This whole fiasco, I don't know if you guys checked the description, but there was a tidbit of it in there. This last episode was supposed to go up Christmas Eve, because we always do it on Tuesday. Our internet, we gave it like 7 hours, and it got a quarter of the way done loading. We woke up the next day, it got another 3%. We had to go over to our sister's apartment, and her free apartment Wi-Fi, if you live there, it's free, just like zip, like it was done in a snap.
Well,
our internet is just awful. That was another case where it wasn't necessarily my motivation.
You're just pointing out. I mean, I guess you could call yourself unlucky, but I think you're really just pointing out all of your failures.
Well, yeah,
which everybody could do that, and it would seem like a lot unless you put it in the context of how many successes you've had to those failures.
Successes. I did not fail this last semester.
Well, okay, you can't exactly quantify all of your successes. I mean, that could be small successes. I just mean in general, this is where mindsets
dog barking
come
in the
into
background,
play.
Our neighbors.
You will inherently be. I don't care. You could be the most miserable fail at everything person, like literally everything you do is unsuccessful.
Fail at everything.
And you could still be optimistic, because no matter what, you've at least had one success in your life. And if you capitalize off that, if your mindset is focused on that, then it's all up to you. It's all in your head. I mean, I know at that point it's pretty extreme if you are literally like nothing has worked in your life. But I can't say, I don't think that's true for almost anybody. So I think that's really just a mindset. If you think that everything you've done is a failure, then you're going to be upset because that's what you think. But it's not true.
Here's the thing. I agree with you, and I know that. And that's why I said that's only a part of the reason why I'm depressed. The other reason is you spent the entire day making fun of every aspect of my character and every aspiration or accomplishment I've ever had. So it's either I fail or I succeed and you hate me for it.
That is an extreme exaggeration. I don't think I personally...
You literally at one point... Throw back to when people said you were bullying me. You literally at one point today started running around me, like, back and forth saying, "What are you going to do? Cry?" You literally...
No. Oh, okay.
Like, I know it was ironic, but it was
like... How many of those salted fried shrooms that we got for Christmas did you eat,
I heard that, dude. Where have you been?
Yeah, no, I wasn't running around you saying that. I said it once.
That's an over-exaggeration.
I said it once. But... No, Mom was like, "Stop it, Jason." And I said, "What's he gonna do? Cry?" And I said it in the most sarcastic voice ever. It was clearly supposed to be a meme, a joke.
I know, I said it was ironic, but I think the fact that you could even say that shows just how well aware you were that you were making fun of me, like, to an extreme extent.
Yes, I remember my actions.
And you did not stop. Yes, I remember my actions. I'm not trying to call you out for it, because as much as you don't realize when you're hurting people's feelings, I am equally unwilling to let you know when you're hurting my feelings. So it's a problem we both have.
Okay, I do that. I insult people as a joke, and
Yes.
I've
seen you do it to your friends.
Listen.
And ask why they're still your friends.
I've said this, and I'll say it again. Okay, first of all,
He's a good person. I'm not trying to insult him.
Am I?
That's what I'm starting to feel like because I'm letting so many people down.
First of all, I don't do that to my friends anymore. I've gotten better with that. I look back like in middle school and I'm like, wow, I actually was just a terrible person to people. I don't know why people even high school, even like freshman year.
Dude, we all had that jerk phase.
I was just my form of comedy was literally just at the expense of everybody around me.
That was never my form of comedy.
And I don't know why people liked me, though. They thought it was funny. Like, people were my friend. And I still do have friends, but I'm like, maybe
Did you make those friends because of that sense of comedy?
I think I made friends because I was funny. I mean, it would be an exaggeration to say that all of my comedy was that. So there was other things that they thought were funny. And, I mean, some of them probably were thicker skinned than others and could just laugh off the insults, which is how I personally take it. Like, if you made fun of me, I'd find it funny. So that's why I do it to other people. But I guess I shouldn't do it to people that don't do it back to me, because then they probably can't take it.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think I'm thin-skinned.
You did do it back to me, like, once. You made one comment about me, and I was like,
I tried very futilely to insult you.
Finally, you're insulted.
But, no, what made me feel so bad was the fact that some of your depending on how seriously you take them, all of your insults were at least somewhat accurate, whereas I couldn't really think of any way to insult you equivalently. So I was literally just feeling like, well, he's right. I'm terrible.
But I never said you were terrible because of anything.
Well, I was starting to feel it because here's the thing.
Okay, maybe it's not a bad thing.
I like to make things for people, and right now I don't have. Technically, I have a platform. We're on YouTube right now, but I don't really utilize it to make just a broad audience entertained. So, like, my whole life has been just, like, making tidbits of stuff for specific people. I don't have many friends, and the few friends that I have, very few of them know of or request my talents. So, a lot of the time, I'm just making games, animation, music for you, and then you turn around and say, oh, I hate all of this.
And then, no.
Or, this is terrible, you're never going to finish any of this. And then I'm like, okay, why do I even try?
Let's stop and think. Every single thing that you claim to make for me, that you've showed me, I've praised you on and said was good. Everything that
you were literally making fun of my song that I wrote.
Yeah, listen, everything that you haven't showed me,
No, the song that I have showed you, you made fun of the lyrics for it. The one that I turned into that class.
But it was in the context of the song that you were talking about today that you made that you wouldn't show me. Everything that you don't show me, I make fun of you for because I try to drive you to make it faster.
Well, part of it was you were talking to me about how you hate rock music, which, like...
That's not a personal insult to you at all. That's the truth.
A lot of my music, like, falls under that general category. Like, it has that feel to it, at least. And so I was like...
That doesn't mean...
How can you even like my music if the genre that I specialize in...
A song can be good without me liking it. Like, it... What?
So you're telling me you don't actually personally like my music, you just find it objectively good. A song could be well made,
and there's a flip side to that. I think Old Town Road isn't that good of a song, like, as far as...
It grew on me, actually.
Its production quality, but I think most people like it because of everything that goes along with it, all of the memes and culture... and just the general feel of it.
I don't like country music, but it seems that whenever somebody mixes country music with another genre,
as a song,
it's good.
It doesn't seem that, like... It's not like the production was amazing. It's not like there's anything really amazing about the song. It's kind of just like a simple, repetitive, weird, like, country mixed with a trap beat song. But, so that's what I'm saying. A song can be well made, but not... I don't like it just because I don't like the genre of song. It's just not my style.
Okay, I get it. But I would like to make something that you enjoy, not just objectively.
Rap is such a big, popular genre, and there's so many rap artists that people like. I don't like rap at all, but clearly the songs are good objectively. But subjectively, I don't like that. That's not my taste of music. I don't like that genre, so therefore the song is good, but I don't like it. That's all I'm saying. So that doesn't mean that your song is bad. I haven't heard it. You haven't played it. You won't let me listen to anything or look at anything you make. So I have no way of telling you whether it's good or bad.
Yeah.
And even if I do insult it, it's based on no merit and there's no context because I don't even know what it is.
I know. That's why that part didn't really insult me. The part that insulted me was the fact that you seem to have some sort of prejudice towards my music because you were making fun of it before you had even heard it.
I like chiptune. You're literally making chiptune. I don't even know why you're calling it rock music. Guys, he's making chiptune.
Because I use certain sound fonts that mimic guitar and stuff like that, and because
ladies and gentlemen, guitars and no other
because
genre
the composition of the music is based off of lyrics, and those lyrics, if put to a normal song with normal real instruments, would fall mostly under the rock category of music.
Yeah,
at least more so than pop.
Won't like
and it definitely wouldn't be rap
that much, like but that. I can still say, hey, you. Like the song, like you did a good job making the song. There's clearly effort behind it.
Thanks.
But it might not mean that I think, wow, this is a poppin' song. But yeah, you say you make all these things for me, and yet almost everything that you do, you 100% hide from me. Like you wouldn't even, like, totally.
Well, that's because a lot of the
secret
stuff I have for you is unfinished, and I hate to have people do what you basically. I mean, I basically showed you 0%, and you made fun of it. I'd hate to show somebody, say, 15% of something, have them make fun of it, and then have it be in a situation where the remaining 85% would make their insults obsolete.
I made fun of something else.
I know, but again, I'm speaking relatively here.
If you haven't noticed the pattern, like I already said, I make fun of you when you don't show me something, so that you'll show it to me.
I remember you saying that.
I didn't make fun of your song before when you showed it to me. I said it was good, probably.
But I do have a problem with showing incomplete works because they'll be judged off of stuff that may or may not actually be there in the end. You might hate it for having something that is only temporary, or you might wish that it had something that it is already going to have and then be upset that it's not there.
Maybe you just think that I'm going to do that because you do that, because I notice anytime I show you anything, like games or pretty much anything, I can't think of anything else that would really apply to this, but like the game I was making for my project and the game that I was making, the Tetris game I showed you, I'll show you things like that and you'll just be like, okay, why does that look like that? It's pretty dumb. So so you do the same thing. Well, you judge something based on its current state as if it was finished, instead of saying, hey, that's a pretty good start considering you've only been working on that for 4 days, you know?
Yeah.
And you have no way of knowing if I would do that because you've never tried that. But I think you're assuming that that's something I would do. Actually, you do know if I do that because you showed me a demo of a game with pretty much nothing to it. Like almost nothing, no content, just some aesthetic value to it. And I was like gawking over it for weeks.
And then 2 days later, you're like, I kind of got over it. It's not that special.
Yeah, because you stopped working on it and I wanted you to keep working on it.
Well, I appreciate that, Jason.
My form of motivation to anybody else is, what's the word? My form of motivation
Constructive criticism?
No, it's...
That was something you said a while ago.
What is the word? I don't know.
He's gesturing with his hand like he's holding like a big bowl of cereal.
They're clicking away. They're already so bored.
No, I'll stutter to myself.
It's I guess the most negative possible way that I could motivate somebody. I guess there's 2 ways to motivate somebody: the hard way and the soft way. And usually I don't think either way works, because I think most people, if they really want to become motivated, it's something that they have to personally make a choice to do. It's a personal self-conscious,
self-fulfilling
decision. You can't just I don't think anybody can really just say, dude, you got this, be motivated.
Dude, you got this.
Even the best motivational speech
it's like telling a depressed person, like, you got this, you can be happy.
Without you making the choice to be like, yeah, you know what, I'm going to start doing things and not be lazy and not procrastinate. You know, people can talk at your face and you could feel motivated, but at the bottom line, you have to do something. So it's either you...
I guess the problem here is that if you do that harsh motivation that you do, sometimes it can backfire and demotivate.
That, or you tell them, or you go for a positive, affirming way and say, you got this, I believe in you, you're doing great already, just keep chugging. And then they're like, oh yeah, it's not that big of a deal. I'll try to procrastinate less. You either have to be serious with them, which may inspire them or may just be too much, or be soft with them, and then it will probably just not be enough. So ultimately, I think let people figure stuff out for themselves.
Okay. And I just want to say, and I'm going to be real here, dude, you're dope, because, you never look away from the microphone. But it's so hard for me to not look at you when I'm talking to you, because there's a microphone right here.
I'm a seasoned YouTuber. I'm so used to.
And that's how you break a topic, by talking about your brother's ability to speak into a microphone. I was going to.
I'm just here spitting my therapy knowledge for anybody that wants.
Given, say, 4 minutes for an intro, we would now be, although I know that it's not that long, we would now be Zigzdeen minutes into the podcast. By the way, Jason, it's episode Zigzdeen.
I'm pretty sure the intro was the thing that we did, remember?
What thing?
The door.
What?
Remember? The door was open, and I said, oh, we can't.
Oh, yes, I get what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's the intro. That was 30 seconds, maybe.
Yeah. I just wanted an excuse to say Zigzdeen.
Oh. Oh, that was all just... Oh, okay.
Because it's episode Zigzdeen.
I thought you were just having, a hyperactivity moment. You're just like, hey, by the way, 16. Oh, by the way, this is episode 16. See, I'm making fun of you again.
Yes.
But it's funny, right?
It's hilarious.
Everybody's laughing, right? Next topic. We don't have topics.
Well, I was going to say, you said this is the depressed cast. Are you depressed?
No.
Because you got to keep working on your game for your Spanish class that you decided to make yourself.
Here's the most depressing thing about that. Cole basically just kind of...
Are you going to call him out live on the podcast?
Sure. I doubt he watches it.
Ooh, that's rude.
He might. He just completely drop-shipped. He was like, Or I was like... Here's what I texted him. I texted him yesterday.
Cole,
I said...
I have nothing against you, but if you're not even programming the game or making the art, you gotta put in the effort in all the other nooks and crannies.
I texted him last night and said, I haven't looked at documents since Christmas because I just didn't want to work. I worked since I started break all the way up to Christmas, and it kind of ruined my break before Christmas and my mood for Christmas, leading up to Christmas. So I was like, I'm just taking a break after Christmas. Now, I started working again because his response to that text was, I've done nothing. I've been way too busy, man. Now, we're not going to get into any personal details.
And you never know.
But he basically just gave excuses like, maybe we don't have to finish the game. Maybe we just do Mexico. Basically, that's all that he did. We finished Mexico. He finished Mexico. As far as the writing. Of course, I did pretty much everything else on the project. And this isn't a new thing. But anyways, well, new as far as it happens to me all the time. Because I put way too much effort into stuff. And other people don't really put effort into stuff. But anyways, so now I'm just frantically writing down the stuff that I need for the game. The dialogue for the characters. Because...
I saw that. You got that big
I'm
wall of text.
now aware that... I'm going to have to do all of this by myself by January 6th. So,
oh, snap, dude. That's pretty close.
Whipty skip. Well, not probably. I might be able to work on it day, but it'll be a school day, so anyways.
Whatever this thing is, I know you didn't have to make a game. And as someone who has made a game for a project where making a game was not even provided as a possible option, but was allowed as a possible option when brought up, trust me when I say that if you just say, hey, I made a game and it looks cool, they'll be like, wow, this is above and beyond.
Yeah,
and you'll get 100.
That's worked for...
You'll get 100.
That's worked for every project that I made a game for, which is about 4 or 5.
It never fails.
But we actually showed her the game, and we might have showed it to her too early because... I guess she wasn't very impressed with how it looked because it was a pretty early stage. But you just have to understand the teacher that we're talking about
here. High standards.
What?
She's a gamer.
No.
Is it a she?
Neither. Yes, but neither.
She's a gamer.
Neither of the above. She's just. She's an interesting teacher. That's what we're gonna say. Anyway, she didn't seem all that impressed. And then we went next door.
Maybe she's the opposite. Maybe she's just not impressed by games in general because she doesn't like them.
We went next door and showed it to the teacher next to her, and she was, like, impressed with it.
Whoa.
So, you know. Yeah. But anyways.
Maybe she doesn't understand, like, how making a game works effort-wise. Like, maybe she has kids who you know, play their games, like, in HD resolution.
Tried to explain.
And she thinks, like, it's like, easy enough to make, and it's like, she was expecting you to bring up, like, some, like, lifelike VR
I tried to explain.
Mexico experience.
Yeah, no, this went on for an entire class period, because we don't do anything in that class. We were watching a movie, so the entire class period, I was basically presenting this. Me and Cole were trying to sell her on it. In a way. And I was like, yeah, look, there's like 1,000 lines of code. I mean, it took so long to make this. It's like, I'm pretty sure, because this happened when I made another game. Like,
it made it in JavaScript, which probably isn't the best language to make this if it were supposed to be very big.
I worked for 4 days on a project in middle school, a game. Class periods. So not a very long time at all. And I had something that I was pretty impressed with, especially given my age in middle school and my inexperience. And the teacher was like, that looks bad. It doesn't look like anything. And, like, I had to explain that making games isn't just, like, drag and drop pictures and boom, type a couple things, and now we have a game. Which I guess I could take that option. There are game makers, I guess, that could fulfill that, but... But
then I also feel like there's some people who are, like, out of touch with, like, just everything involved with games and game culture. And, like, it's like how Dad, he'll hear my music, and even if I were to say, like, make just an 8-bit cover of, like, a real-life song, he'd probably just be like, oh, it just sounds like beeps and boops to me. And then I remember, like, when we were younger, I would show pixel art I made to, like, our mom, like, the ones that's hanging on the wall, and she'd be like, I can't even tell what that is. It just looks like squares.
Oh, that's hanging on the wall in the video right now,
yeah, exactly. So they see it. Except it's not 100% accurate to what is actually there.
It's mostly accurate. I don't remember what it is.
It's Mario and a mushroom and a Shy Guy. My favorite characters.
That's close enough.
A mushroom isn't so much a character.
Anyways, what was the topic? Oh, you asked me.
Your Spanish game.
Yeah, no.
Teacher not impressed.
Yeah, it's just like I spent the entire day today pretty much working on that then, and... Just happy to be back, slaving away on my break. And all of this combined also means that I haven't had time to upload on YouTube.
You've run your hand through your hair like 70 times.
So many times that
already?
It looks terrible.
Yeah, it's turning into like a nest.
Yeah, I don't talk about it. I
wear a hat in the little animation so that no one has to look at it.
No,
And I wear a mask and a hood.
I took a shower yesterday, and my hair just gets this greasy that fast, I guess. So it's kind of gross.
Yeah, you don't wash your hair every day like I do, and yet I'm the gross one. I'm the one with the nasty hair.
I don't when I'm not going to go out anywhere or see anybody. And mostly just because I showered yesterday, I didn't really think it was a necessity, but apparently it was.
Fair enough.
I'm also sweating right now because it's hot and I'm wearing a sweatshirt.
Dude, really? It's winter.
I'm wearing a sweatshirt.
Well, then don't wear a sweatshirt. You're wearing shorts.
Don't wear short sleeves.
Don't wear socks. I'm not wearing socks.
I wear socks for the good of the people and the good of myself.
For the good of the people.
First of all, I wear socks because it keeps my feet clean. Our house is dirty, like many houses. Especially on the kitchen floor. I don't want to step in something sticky and get sticky on my feet, because there's nothing I hate more than the feeling of sticky on my any part of my body. I looked this up and I tried to find a name for it, and they said, oh, well, like a possible name could be like Viscophobia, but it's not so much
viscosity.
Like it's not like active liquid on my skin. Like if I dropped like grape jelly on my arm, like it's not the feeling of that being on my arm. It's like the feeling of friction when there's like sticky residue on my arm.
It's like tension on the surface of your skin.
Yes, pretty much.
I get that feeling.
I hate that. It bothers me. It goes through me. It disgusts me. And so I don't want to I hate that being on my feet as well.
I don't have a problem with it like you, but like I get it because there are other feelings that can feel that. Like if I put a Band-Aid on my finger And that's, I mean, obviously that's adhesive, but it's in a different sense. Like, it annoys me, like, say, if I try to bend the joint, like, say it's on my finger, and I can't because of, like, the tension of the Band-Aid wrapped around my finger.
That seems...
Is that different?
A bit different, but the point still stands. And so
it's when you, like, move your skin and you can feel that there's, like, something on it that's inhibiting you.
Kind of, but it's more typically when I brush past something else and it feels like the stickiness.
So you don't like brushing up against stuff either?
No, it's when I brush up against something and then I can feel the stickiness like catching on something else. And then it like moves my skin. I'm
just taking it in, bro. I'm taking it all in. You scared me. You hovered over the X and I was like, are you about to close the recording?
So, anyways, so I wear socks because I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if my feet were all sticky, which is why I also wash my feet sometimes if I haven't been wearing socks or my feet got dirty or whatever. I cannot sleep unless my body is soft and smooth, which is why I started usually taking showers every day, but now I don't while it's over break because it kind of seems like a waste.
Moisturize your whole body, you gotta be soft and smooth.
It seems like, I know, I hate lotion. It seems like a waste to shower every day when all I do is sit in the house. So if I go somewhere or I go to school, then I will take a shower every day. But anyways, enough of whatever tangent we got on. Oh, because you talked about socks. Do you have anything real
No,
to
it's
talk
because
about?
this all happened because I talked about if you were depressed.
We're halfway
and that was
through, and the answer is no.
And I was also asking because you never seem willing to participate in the podcast, and I'm wondering if you even care about them at all.
I do.
Interesting. Not the answer I was expecting.
What? This is the first one in a while. I used to when we started doing it.
Because I was going to say, I don't think anybody else cares either, so we can stop if you want.
When I first started, and it was like a horror, like a
horror.
It was a whole ordeal on my end, not a horror deal on my end. When it was more of my responsibility, I didn't want to do it because it meant more work for me. Specifically, we always did it on Sundays, and I hated that because Sunday means...
Well, we can only do it on Mondays now because there's no school going on.
And I hate it on Sundays because Sundays means school tomorrow, and I have to go to bed early, and we would usually record in the afternoon. So all those things combined, I pretty much like get depressed on Sunday, especially if it was dark like it is now. It would be like the day's over. I'm just sad, and that I don't know if I guess I can't really explain that.
I am the bright light that cheers you up. I'm your desk lamp. I'm here for you, bro.
Well, no, that's why I don't want to record the podcast when I'm like that because you're just gonna make it worse.
Wait, I
No, but back then, because it was also just like great. I have more work to do, and I can't focus on like my main YouTube channel videos and just the podcast. But I didn't want to stop because I was like, Jonathan likes doing this. I'm pretty sure, so we'll keep doing it.
I like it in general. It gets complicated.
But
getting mixed feelings about anything. Like I'm sure you have mixed feelings about being a YouTuber yourself.
Ever since when I took, well, we can get into that because I was going to talk about that earlier. Whenever we do it now that it's your responsibility to upload and edit and everything.
Yep.
It's a pleasure for me. I mean,
I knew you would say that.
I don't know if it's necessarily like the most
Push it all on
fun
you.
activity I could do with an hour of my time. But
well, see,
I enjoy it to some extent, but this one specifically I enjoyed less for various reasons. But
oh, really?
Typically, yeah.
I like this. I think, do you remember back in the day?
Nope.
When people you were just watching Good Mythical Morning today. Do you remember back in the day when the comments would be like, "Oh, I love it when Rhett and Link just stop and talk about their lives or whatever."
Yep.
I feel like every now and then we got to have one of those on the podcast.
Excuse me.
Especially since I said in the last episode, this is basically just an excuse to let me talk to you.
That's what I would like the podcast to be.
Oh, really?
It's more of a
That's what the Christmas episode was supposed to be.
A candid discussion.
But except with mostly Christmas things.
This is the late Christmas episode.
Yeah, by the way, there is no
work
Christmas
out.
episode because the Christmas Eve episode didn't get uploaded until Christmas, so now it's
becoming
the
the Christmas episode.
Yes. Oops. We tried.
Not our fault, technically.
Yep. We're probably going to have to go to our sister's apartment again to upload this one.
Yeah, her name's Caitlin, if that's what you're looking for.
Yes. Well, I don't know if we need to give them the names.
I've said them so many times. Jonathan.
Okay. Our other sister, Kristen, is the reason why I want an excuse to talk to people because I forget that she exists.
What were we talking about?
She spends her whole day in bed.
Yeah, let's. Speaking of getting personal,
but she's a great person. She's hardworking. She's nice to her friends.
Hardworking.
When she has a job, which she does now.
She on her second. She said yesterday. I wanted to say something, but I didn't because I'm too much of a good person. But she said you were arguing with her. We were all arguing with her about what you mentioned earlier about how she's
What's
lazy.
the word?
And she was like, Jonathan, I worked 2 days in a row, but literally. The second day, which was...
Wait, did you just say that you were going to say something? Say that you wouldn't say it and now you're saying it?
I wasn't going to say it yesterday to her. Now she's in the next room over, but last time we recorded a podcast, she said she didn't hear any of it. She didn't know we were recording.
Well, she can't hear over TikTok, Animal Crossing, and YouTube videos all playing at the same time.
Exactly, so I'm going to say it now. She said, I worked 2 days in a row, but that day, which was the second day of her working, she literally woke up and she was like, I don't want to work a second day in a row. Literally, she got a new job. This is the second day of her working period. And because it's not past 12 o'clock, she's like, dude, I don't want to
Imagine it's just the second day of school. It's like, I don't want to go to school again.
And she already spent almost the equivalent of her paycheck today, although she hasn't gotten it yet, by ice skating.
Do you know that? Well, yeah, because she paid for a friend, too.
Yeah, it was a lot of money.
Well, that's why I said she's nice to her friends.
And they got coffee for both of them. She bought Starbucks.
Man, she's one of those coffee lovers.
Starbucks is
but you know what?
Overpriced.
The fact that we can say this much about her...
No, listen. Sorry. A plain black coffee at Starbucks costs $4. Plain. Nothing.
That does sound like a lot, but I don't have a good understanding of how much money stuff should cost.
You could probably, at any grocery store, buy a pack of, 15... I'm lowballing these numbers.
Lowball.
15, like my balls. I don't know. 15 pack. You could probably go to a grocery store and buy 15 packs of instant coffee.
Yes.
For probably less sub $2.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was thinking.
Or you could buy one coffee with nothing in it for $4. The choice is yours. I just think it's stupid. Now,
surely their coffee is better than instant coffee, but I don't know if it's that good that it should cost that much.
I'm sure it is, but I'm also sure it's not that much better.
But hey, Kristen, if you ever... I don't think she's ever watched a single episode of the podcast, but if you happen to watch this one, just know you're a very interesting character, which is why we can say so much about you. And it's the fact that you're such an interesting character that I wish I could interact with that character more. Imagine you're like the playable character that everybody wants to play, but no one can unlock you.
It's like the episode
You're always
of SpongeBob
hidden behind some
like,
achievement.
Come back, Gary. Come back, Kristen. We miss you.
Come home.
Please be a living entity again and not a slave to.
She's turned into an NPC. We have to approach her and press A for her to say anything.
And then her dialogue is, "What are you doing here, traveler? You don't belong here. Close my door on the way out." No, but. Way back to what I was talking about that I didn't get to finish. Oh, yeah. Well, we did kind of finish that. So I guess we can talk about YouTube. I don't know. YouTube is...
I don't know.
The most confusing thing ever to me, as far as my life goes.
I hate that it's always changing.
Because,
in arbitrary and sometimes terrible ways.
Sometimes I think it's I do want to do YouTube. And yet... I guess people are right. I have to think about this realistically. I think I 100% have the talent and motivation to accomplish things on YouTube. But, so when they talk realistic, they're like, you don't think you'll really hit it big, do you?
You don't really.
And to that, I'd say yes. But if we're talking realistic, you don't think you have enough time to do that, then no, I don't. Maybe when I'm out of school... I would have enough time.
Now you know my curse.
But stop touching me. But I don't think currently that... I mean, I have enough time to at least upload once a week. Absolutely. Okay? And I did it 2 weeks in a row. I uploaded, right?
Did you upload? You didn't upload anything this week, though, did you? Well, this week just started.
I haven't for a while, because guess why? A single thing comes along like this game, and it requires all of my attention.
Yes, dude, yes! This is what I'm talking about. This is how I feel.
And I go from a perfectly fine routine, where 2 weeks in a row, I uploaded once a week during school, perfectly fine, homework and all. I had homework, but I got it done, or I didn't do it. Let's not talk about that. And then one thing comes up, and then my whole schedule is ruined, and it's just like, yep, now I have to be like, yeah, sorry, I disappeared off the face of the planet again, but a single minor inconvenience popped up that completely eliminated my ability to make YouTube videos. So it's the general inconsistency of my current state of living that makes it impossible to do it. So, in other words, that's why I really don't want to go to college, and I'm probably not going to be completely honest. Like,
and that's what my first song was all about.
Not even a joke. I don't want to go to college because I could easily, for a much, much, much lower price, stay at home, do things that I want to do, that are entertaining to me, but still act as a job that I'm good at and could be successful in. And there's not even a further clause to that sentence. That's the end.
I'm getting a phone call from someone I don't know. Silence.
You're supposed to pick it up while we're on the podcast and be like, hello, this is the survey hotline.
Oh my goodness.
Hello, welcome to Domino's. No.
Oh, I think it's about to end anyways.
It's from North Carolina, so it's probably a real person. So
it's Steam trying to call me to let me know that they got my password back. Oh my goodness, I'm going to talk about that for just a few minutes.
Go ahead. I'm done with what I was going to say.
Oh, well, no, I was going to add on to something. I was going to say that first song that you made fun of me for because you said I admit it's very metaphorical, and part of that is because I just like the way some words sounded.
No, it's the edginess.
Well, it was a depressing subject matter. I'm
going to slap myself in the face just for saying all of that. Like, that was super edgy. Like, it's not that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Like, I can say all of that and have it be true, but I can also realize that it's honestly not that big of a deal. So I'm probably not going to college. That wasn't a joke.
But I was going to say the intended meaning of that song. The song I'm talking about is the one that I turned in for my music history class. We were supposed to make a song. You actually only had to write the lyrics and like describe the tune generally, but I straight up made the whole thing. Got like a 98 on it, I think. He occasionally makes fun of it for being edgy and having metaphorical lyrics, and then he was saying the meaning was just that I hate college and that it's dragging me down. Yes, to an extent, but there was a deeper meaning. I knew you'd laugh.
I could hear you laughing when you said that.
Which was that I want you to go to college because I think you need to.
You always I can feel you making eye contact with me while I'm still looking at the screen, even though I'm not talking.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll put up my blinders. I'm still gonna put my hand on your shoulder.
Don't just.
The point of the overarching message in the lyrics was that I want you to go to college because I think you need to, and yet I can barely even justify me going myself.
So in other words, everything that you do and create is saturated in me.
Yes, dude. You're like everywhere. I was the last podcast. I was talking. I mentioned it even briefly. How you're like in most of my dreams.
I don't know if that's comforting or just strange.
Just because,
I started remembering my dreams.
Just because usually
more.
You don't usually.
I've had a dream drought for the past 5 years of my life.
You're in my dreams just because most people's dreams do contain at least like one other person, and usually when it's another person, it's somebody you actually know.
Yesterday,
and you're like the person I spend the most time with.
Last night, I had a dream which I remembered, which is once again rare, and I was like it was like this. It's like a sort of like a college, and they were like full of all these like elitist kind of people, they weren't like outwardly elitist, but it was just like the whole thing gave off a vibe that like the people were like thought that they were better than me, and at the same time it was just kind of like me not being like it was in a strange, unfamiliar place. So it was just like everybody knew each other, and they were all like chill with each other, and I was just like kind of in a strange place on this college campus that I didn't know where I was. So they kind of just had like a superiority, but they like we're like almost trying to flaunt it. Like, look how chill I am here because I go to this college and you don't, stranger. Which is a really weird way of describing anything, but it's a phenomenon. Trust me. You may not have experienced it, but I have. Like in real life. Anyways, and then I was in a movie theater, and I was like, wow, all these people, these elitists, everywhere they go, they're doing something good, right? It's like, I have to show them, I have to do something good. And right when I said that, I was outside of a movie theater within the college, which was, the entire movie theater was a bouncy castle. And somebody was leaving, and they threw a whole bucket of popcorn on the floor. I was like, finally, my chance to do good. So I start shoveling this popcorn up and throwing it away. And then I look to my right, and this weird, like, mouse girl with the red hair looks at me and, like, so awkwardly. And,
it's
like,
one of your anime girls.
And nods. And we just start shoveling the popcorn. We're like, wow, can't believe these people throwing popcorn. And I was like, yes, I did something good. And then I woke up. And I don't know if it's good that I'm remembering my dreams, but I am. And that is what happened.
I've, like, stopped having surreal dreams, and most of my dreams now are, like, my subconscious trying to formulate a plot. Like, I've literally come up with 2 movie scenarios in dreams before. Like, full, beginning to end. But abridged, because obviously, I mean, I don't know how long the dreams last. Not very. At least not that long.
That was the weirdest... What? You started getting so quiet, and your voice, like, cracked, like, 10 times.
Oh, yeah, I have this, like, little nervous tick that I have, where if I say something that's slightly inaccurate, I correct myself. But then if that correction is slightly inaccurate, I correct myself again. But each time I do it, I get slightly quieter because I realize I'm making a nuisance of myself.
And all the while, you were just, like, getting quieter and changing pitch slightly. I don't...
I hate saying things that can be misconstrued. Struded.
Toaster struded.
Toaster struded.
Mom, did you buy more toasted struded?
Buy me my strudels.
Next topic. We haven't talked about a topic.
Next topic. Jason denies the fact that he didn't know about the game A Hat in Time before I mentioned it. But you can watch podcast episode 0. I haven't even watched it myself. This is how confident I am. He did not know about it, but I got it for Christmas. Dance.
Okay. You can talk about that.
And we both love it.
Pull up the episode.
We're playing.
I like the game. I think it would be better off for both of us if we played it single player.
Yeah, we played multiplayer from the get-go, which is something I was unsure about, but I didn't bring that up. And I'm having so much fun playing it multiplayer. Even though we're on the Switch, so there's no split screen. I kind of like that we're always together.
I was surprised by how little you mentioned anything like I thought you were just outright going to say, no, I want to play it single player first.
No, I didn't want to let you down, and I really didn't think it would ruin the game for me. I generally have this feeling that if the game isn't multiplayer focused, you should go into it single player. But usually it doesn't matter.
I think it put me in a worse position than you, because at this point, I'm having much less fun with the game. Not to say I'm not enjoying it, but it's at the point where I don't think I need to play the whole game again because I got the idea of it by being a second player. But I'm also missing out on a lot of the game by being the second player. Every console, every platform except for Switch has split screen multiplayer. But because the Switch just simply cannot display 2 screens at once because it can't perform that well, they're forced to not have split screen. And so it's like a traditional kind of multiplayer where you, I guess... If you go off screen, you teleport back to the player, and you can just kind of move around independently.
I'm not as predisposed against that as some people are. I kind of like being together. But of course, I was playing player 1.
Don't completely mind, but I have no camera control, and especially in a...
Oh yeah, I became aware really fast that...
Like, it works so well. It's perfectly fine. There's no reason to have split screen in a game like New Super Mario Bros.
Yes.
But that's because it's 2-dimensional. In 3 dimensions, where one person has camera control...
I got like a 3D world type of feel from this.
Yeah, except for in that game, you don't have camera control.
Actually, I don't remember. Don't you have some camera control?
No, the game's camera moves by itself when you move through the level, because the levels are linear, mostly.
I think it varies a bit between levels.
But with a game like exploration, kind of like this, like, think Mario Odyssey. That would not work at all with 2 players.
Without little brother mode, as they call it.
So it's kind of like that, where he could move the camera at any moment, and I don't know how it's going to move, and then that changes my controls, and then I miss the jump or something.
That led to some funny moments, though.
And
but you know what wasn't
just
funny?
Gets rid of all individualism. I'm kind of just trailing behind him while he plays the game, but I don't completely mind because I basically just get to play the game without playing the game.
You know what? You know what wasn't funny? There is a. We thought it might be console specific, but it's apparently not console specific. It works a bit different on other consoles.
I think it's probably
there's a glitch with the multiplayer.
More specific.
They did not test the multiplayer at all for these levels. You on the 2 levels in the second what are they called?
Chapter.
The first 2, no, it's the second 2. Well, it's the second and third. And hopefully not the next one. We haven't gotten there. Series of events involving the second player doing stuff they shouldn't do, and then if you wait a certain amount of time, then it like activates cutscenes. You just get frozen and you have to start the whole level again. We replayed one level 3 times and another twice, and it's a testament to the game that we didn't end up hating it afterwards.
Yeah.
But it was not a good time.
It is definitely proves the fact that it's indie. I'll say that.
Yep. That and the anti-aliasing, not lack of anti-aliasing on things.
I feel like that's a design choice, but maybe not. Anyways, continue talking. I'm about to play this.
You're about to find. I got distracted. I saw pretty colors.
Keep
Well, the other thing I was going to say. Well, you mentioned that you did like it.
Oh, here's the video.
Previously, my planned purchase on Steam, maybe. Although
your voice actually sounds higher pitched, don't you think?
It varies on my excitement level. I'm hyped up right now.
I can't. What do you mean? Right now you're hyped up?
Are you saying it sounds high pitcher now or in the video?
No, lower.
It's lower in this video.
Lower right now.
Oh yeah, my voice changed a little.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now my voice changed a lot. Wait for me to talk.
The Steam account, and it's a single-player game. That came out on the Switch now, and it came out with multiplayer. So really? When I said came out, I meant is coming out.
I honestly don't even know anything about Hat in Time.
You straight up said it. You were telling me, you literally said you don't know a single thing.
Well, I don't know that much about Hat in Time.
Yeah, you said you don't know anything. He thought. You thought.
Well, actually, no. See, but that's what I'm saying. Okay, let me listen for even a second longer because
okay.
I think what it is, and remembering how much I knew back then, I think it would be true to say I pretty much know nothing about the game. All I knew was the protagonist of the game. Like I knew what like the Hat Kid. Okay, I knew what she looked like, and I knew
Purple hat.
I connected that to the game. So I technically
you didn't know what the second player was like.
In other words, I'm saying I knew what the game was. I didn't know anything about it. All I was saying is I didn't know what the game was.
Well, no, I remember I described the genre to you.
Let me listen.
You're the one with the Steam account, and it's a single-player game. Want it?
Well, I honestly don't even know anything about Hat in Time.
It's a 3D platformer collectathon, and everyone loves it, and I want it. That's our dad.
I forgot about that.
We live with our parents. You laughed like in the exact same way. I'm in college.
The way you started.
We live with our parents.
We live with our parents.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
That's why it was so funny to me. We live with our parents.
We live with our parents. I wouldn't have noticed it if you didn't point it out. So I don't have an excuse.
I'm 15.
I'm 15.
Well,
I'm 15. Well, you don't really live with us.
Come home on the weekends.
Okay.
Stay there on the weekend.
I don't think I'd mention it then. But I like.
Collectathon type platform, like Banjo-Kazooie.
I think I knew the main character.
Well, I think my dad is telling people to come downstairs now, so we won't be able to film the podcast.
Oh, drop.
I'll be right back. Entertainment.
No, this is an active podcast. We're gonna carry it.
Throwback to episode 1. You should rewatch that sometime.
No, that's don't mislead them. It's episode
Pilot
0.
Episode. Pilot 0. Pilot episode. Pilot episode. Pilot episode. We're about to reach the end of this one, surprisingly. We've come a long way, actually. Thinking about that first one and now.
Yes.
We should do, like, for our 20th episode, like, some kind of, like, a...
I want to do something special for the 10th episode, but, like, I think we didn't even realize it was the 10th when we were recording it.
Oh, you probably did, but 10 doesn't seem like a spectacular number.
Well,
20 doesn't either, but the fact that it's spanned over more than a year now is more impressive. So, yeah, I think we should do something for, like, the 20th one. Like a little rewind showing how we changed the style aesthetically. my voice.
I mean,
funny moments.
I
except I don't have any documented funny moments, and I don't want to watch like 20 hours of podcasts. So
I did sort of a little rewind recap, ticky do dad, for the season 2 premiere.
Here's a good idea. You watch all of our episodes.
Yes.
It's a
like I already do.
It's an unabridged.
Unlike you,
it's an
who
unabridged
doesn't.
podcast. Jonathan, I'm living it. I don't need to watch it.
I'm living it, but I edit it sometimes.
I always say I'll watch them sometime when I'm free. Like I would actually enjoy that as content. Like I'd watch them. I think they're pretty entertaining.
I miss stuff.
Even though
you find out you miss stuff.
Like I even have lived in this moment, but even then, I still think it'd be fun to rewatch. So I think to other people it is probably entertaining. But, yeah, I just always forget that it's an option. Like, I always forget about it, and I would, in many situations, I would have listened to it today while I was working, but I forgot about it. And also, to what you said about, you realize things that you didn't hear or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that is a you-specific thing, because you talk over me a lot, and you can't hear me over you talking.
Honestly...
But it has probably happened
catch myself saying stuff I didn't know I said. That might just be me being
then
an idiot,
I think it's just,
too.
in general, a you-specific thing. I think there has been a couple times where you're like, wait, you didn't know I said that because I was talking, but I tune you out as a survival method sometimes, so.
Yes. How unfortunate to live as me and have my brother never listen to me.
I do listen to you, but it's like the boy who cried wolf. Half the time you say stupid stuff.
No, that's you. You're the boy who cries wolf.
No, you're not listening.
I've literally used
Not literally, but... yeah, not literally, but I'm saying you say stupid stuff all the time that I just end up tuning it out when you don't say stupid stuff. That's all I'm saying. You can't
You
deny.
may have a point.
Yeah, exactly.
But it is possibly painting a more negative picture than is accurate to someone who knows less.
Well, I don't know how that's negative. I'm just saying you say dumb stuff sometimes. Not literally dumb, but just like unimportant dumb. Or sometimes dumb.
Oh, yes, of course.
5 minutes.
I forgot my Steam password. This is going to be another one of those end the podcast on
The
Jonathan ranting
FBI
about
is
something.
getting involved now.
Yes, here's the thing. A while ago, I made a bunch of accounts to things.
Regardless
that I wouldn't have normally made
Regardless of how he
to.
justifies this, just know he has never remembered a password in his life.
That's not true. Otherwise, I'd never be able to get into my Gmail after I go over to the podcast email account that we use to get the YouTube and then go back to
Yeah,
it.
well, clearly I'm exaggerating, but...
I wouldn't be able to get
I
into
think
the
you've
podcast
probably
either.
reset the password on like 75%
Rest in peace, my
of
Pop
all of your
Tropica
accounts.
account. I don't care. Here's the real deal, yo. I set a bunch of passwords, and I know you're not supposed to do this, to stuff that I wouldn't normally get accounts to, but I decided to make a bunch of accounts in bulk to stuff that I wouldn't normally make accounts to. One of those things was Steam, and they all had the same password. That's what I know you're not supposed to do.
The password on my accounts is the same for everything.
The thing is, though, I recently updated a few of those same passwords, and a few old passwords I had from other stuff to that password, but a new version that is actually, I wouldn't say it's more complex, but it's less guessable, so it's safer. And so I know those versions. There's those 2 different versions. Technically 3. But thing is, I tried like 17 versions for Steam, and I know it's one of those passwords. It's some variant. I tried all of them. So they were all wrong. So I'm like, okay, I got to go through forgot your password system. They'll email me something. No, I go through all of this, and I have to fill out all this information, my phone number, my email address, all of this, just for them to say that they'll email me to get back to me. Steam, like, customer support or whatever.
So...
And I haven't gotten anything. I might have gotten something today. I didn't check my email yet. That was stupid of me. But I hadn't gotten anything for 2 days. So I can't Steam.
Apparently Steam has totally gotten rid of their automated forgot password. We'll send you
We'll send you
an email that'll let you remake your password, change your password. Which almost every single, website ever does. Apparently now you have to submit a Steam support, like a help request.
Yeah.
And they will review your case, all for apparently just to say, Oh yeah, you can.
Imagine these
I'll
people
reset
now
your
who are
password.
just swimming through these forms of I forgot my password. I forgot my password.
I know it seems so stupid just for somebody to say, okay, we reset your password for you. This is your new password, and you can use it to log in and then change your password to whatever you want. Like, just make it automated. It doesn't change anything. And some part of me still believes that somehow we were doing something wrong. But I mean, we straight up clicked. I straight up clicked forgot password.
Yeah, and I kept doubting if did I assign an email to this? Is this why they're doubting me? Because there's no way they can connect the email to my username, but I'm pretty sure you have to.
You have to sign
I don't remember the whole sign up process, but I'm pretty sure you have to.
If there wasn't an email, then there'd be no way for them to get you back in your account because anybody could just put in an email and take your account then.
Yeah. And before I could even submit the form, they had to do some sort of verification thing with my email. So I gave them a code and then they let me submit the form.
Oh yeah, verification for the Steam support.
It was crazy. It's just so many hoops to jump through. I have no idea why. And I need to get on Steam at some point because the game that I'm making for these folks, their game is on Steam. That's why I get their demos.
I just want to give you a warning. We have 10 seconds left. We've been bad about this lately. We've been running over, so I'm exactly at an hour.
I'm fine with running
I'm ending
over.
it at exactly an hour. We have 4 seconds.
Oh, no. What do you want to say?
Bye.
See ya, dudes. Chillax.
It was all a joke. I just wanted to see how much. I want to put you on the spot. See how you'd react.
You scared me, man.
Okay, now I'm gonna end it.
Bye.
That was another joke. But that would be a good place to put the outro if you want. Right before you say bye. Yeah. Or right after you say bye.
Catch us next episode of the podcast.
It's full of surprises.
Catch us next episode of the podcast when we talk about stuff that isn't ourselves.
This episode was a surprise. I bet you didn't expect this. Or maybe you'll properly title it Rant About Our Personal Lives, and maybe you will expect it. Who knows? Let us know if we should talk more about relevant stuff on the internet or about ourselves. I prefer a little bit of both.
Same.
So you probably won't get this ever again. I don't think we talked about... we didn't talk about any relevant topics.
One last thing before you press that button, yo.
Oh, it's gotta make it quick. This is all in the outro.
Bro.
Or maybe
you gotta remember what day this is going up.
Tuesday.
Happy New Year's Eve. Or New Year, if you're a day late watching.
Happy New Year's if this takes 10 years to upload and it's up by New Year's, just like with the Christmas episode.
Happy century after this century.
Happy century.
Oh, no, it's decade. That's what it is.
Yeah, you're kind of...
I'm an idiot.
You've done this every time, yeah.
Don't what?
You ruined the whole out. We have to do it all again. You said century. That is the fattest blunder.
It's okay.
Okay.
I own up to it.
Press the end. I'm leaving. Press the end button. I don't even want to sit in this throne.
Okay, man.
Bye.
You enjoy rising up from your pool of butt sweat.